Hi there, in this video we are going to use the percent equation to go over problems that involve markups. So there are three types of problems that you are going to see. You're going to see problems like where you need to actually find the amount of markup. So a markup is considered like tax, tip, or the word markup. So this kind of question you're actually looking for the amount of markup. Another kind of question that you'll see is find the total cost. This is inclusive of the markup or inclusive of the tip or inclusive of the tax, right? So when you go to the register, you have a subtotal of like how much money you're going to spend like on a shirt or something. And then you have, it says tax on the bottom. And then you have what the total is that you actually have to pay. So the total is your subtotal, right, which is just the cost of like the shirt, and then you have the tax, and then you have the actual total that you pay. So that's what this is. And then the last type of question that you're going to see is to find the original cost. That's how much, maybe the shirt cost before it was marked up. All right, so let's start with our first example, which is finding markup. So the breakfast cost $18. You decide to leave a 20% tip. How much tip did you leave? All right, well, first you want to write out your percent equation. So part is equal to the percent as a decimal times the whole. So the whole, if you can remember, is always the original amount. So in this case, the breakfast cost $18, so that is your original amount, $18. You decided to leave a 20% tip. How much tip did you leave? So if your tip is 20%, then you are finding 20% of the bill. So you're going to do 0.20 times 18, right? Remember, you have to change the percent to a decimal by moving it 2 places to the left. All right, so we have, now we know our part, which is what we're looking for. We are looking for the tip, so the tip amount. And this percentage reflects the percent that is the tip, right? So the part is your tip, right? The amount of money that you're leaving for the tip. 20%, that is the percent that is the tip. So 20% of the bill, that's your tip that you're leaving. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and solve it on the side here. So we have part equals 0.20 times 18. And when you multiply 0.20 times 18, you get 3.6. You get 3.6. And since we're talking about dollars here, or money, it's $3.60. All right, so this would be the how much you are leaving just for the tip. Okay. The next type of question that you're going to see is what the total cost would be inclusive of this tip, right? So you could essentially, if you are asked to find the total cost, add up the $18 here, that was the original bill, plus $3.60, and then get your total that you're paying. But this question doesn't ask that. This question asks, how much tip did you leave? So you left a $3.60 tip. All right, on to the next question here. So our next question says, find the total cost. It cost the company $8.50 to make a pair of shorts. The store marked up the price 40%. How much is the selling price of this shirt? So this is something that lots of stores do. It costs them, a very cheap price to make a shirt, and then they upsell it. They upcharge the consumers because they know they're going to buy it, if it has like their brand name or their logo on it. All right, so let's start off with our percent equation here. We have part is equal to the percent as a decimal times the whole. Remember, the whole is what the original amount was. So the original amount here is $8.50. That's how much it cost the store to make, $8.50. The store marked up the price 40%. How much is the selling price of the shirt? So the selling price of the shirt is after the markup. It includes the $8.50, right? So no matter what, you're going to sell it for 100% of that cost, the $8.50. In addition to, now it's marked up 40%. So we have to use 100%. We're paying 100% of the cost that it cost to originally make the shirt. And we, the customers, are also paying an extra 40% because it was marked up. So we, the customers, are really paying 140% of the original cost of the shirt, right? If it cost the shirt $8.50 to make, now they're going to charge us an extra 40%. So we're not paying for 40% of that shirt, the original cost of the shirt. We're not paying for 40% of the original cost of the shirt. We are paying for 140% of it now. So 1.40 would go here, and then that's the part that we are looking for. You can also think of it like the part is the cost of the shirt with the markup. Right? And then this percent is the percent of the original cost, which is 100%, plus the markup. All right, so let's get to solving this equation here. We have part is equal to 1.40 times $8.50. So 1.40 times $8.50 will get us $11.90. 11.9 or $11.90. All right, so again, the reason why we're adding 100% here is because we have to pay 100% of the cost plus 40% of the cost. So we're paying a total of 140% of the cost of the shirt. Okay, whereas in the last problem, we didn't add 100%. It was just asking you for the markup amount. It wasn't asking you what is the final selling price or what was the final cost, how much total are you spending. It wasn't asking you any question like that. All right, so here is our next slide. Our last type of question is, after a 6% markup, a pair of shoes cost $85.99. What was the original cost? So remember, anytime we are looking for the original cost, we are really looking for the whole. All right, so we have part equals percent as a decimal times the whole. So here, we know that the whole is X. That's what we're looking for. A pair of shoes costs $85.99. So our part is $85.99. That was after the markup. Okay, so $85.99 represents the original cost in addition to the markup. And remember, the original cost is always 100%, and here the markup is 6%. So really, $85.99 represents 106% of the original cost. So we're going to do 1.06 times X, right? 106%. Sorry, let's make that a little bit neater. So 106%, really move the decimal 2 places to the left, and that's where you get 1.06 from. All right, so now we are going to divide both sides by 1.06. And then we get $81.12. All right, so again, in this question, we added 100% because $85.99 represents the cost after the markup, okay? And the cost after a markup is 100% of the original cost plus the markup. So 100% plus 6% will be 106%. All right, and the last slide, just some concluding thoughts. You want to pay attention to the question that's being asked. So are you being asked to find the amount of the markup? That could be seen as tax, tip, commission, etc. Are you being asked for the total? That's the original amount in addition to the markup, or the original cost. The part and the percent need to address the same information, right? So if the part you have written is the new cost after, I should have written markup here, after the markup, then the percent should also represent the new cost after the markup. All right, so if you have a part that's like here, we used our part as $85.99 was our part, then the percentage had to go with that. 6% doesn't represent $85.99. 106% is represented by $85.99. All right, thank you for watching. I hope you learned about markups.